Hello everybody, this is Game God Fluent bringing you episode 2 of Let's Play Underrail Blind. Dialogue feed, combat feed. Alright, we're heading in the elevator. We're heading to the armory and shooting range today. So let's head out. Auto turrets and sentry bonds. Move along. Shortman rises from behind his desk with a grenade case in his hands. The heavy case meets the top of the desk with a thud, raising your eyebrows, which in turn makes the man's face turn into a smile. He removes his glove and shakes your hand with a strong, perhaps too strong grip before addressing you. Don't worry, Cyrus, I ain't gonna blow us up. Nope. Anyway, Vencel told me you'd be staying with us for a while. Yeah, I like it here so far. Well, friend, make yourself at home. Can I have my weapon back? Of course, it was the 5mm pistol and some ammo if I recall correctly, right? This one? He produces a pistol that is in such bad condition people would pay to get rid of it. Persuade. 5mm? I came here with a 44, man. Then whose? Or this has got... Oh, this has got to be Newton's gun. Huh, my bad. Here you go. He hands you your weapon. There, with that out of the way, might interest you in a couple more things, I'd like to see your stock. Okay, can we sell? We only have 200 credits. Throwing knives. 44 standard rounds. I have 30 of them. Armor is made of K-popper leather, insulated vest. Oh man, there's so much stuff. 5mm standard round. Jacket hollow points or something. I don't know what the J stands for. Blueprint line, frag grenade, bullets, balaclava, curved machete blade mold, cardboard container. Two credits for it. Well, that's not what I was expecting. 400. Shift left click to split. Okay, give me 3 credits. Where'd they go? Oh, he's got more stuff. Oh my gosh. Give me 3 credits. Refuses. 2 credits it is. What else does he have? 7.62mm Jaguar submachine gun. Silencer, gasoline, EMP mine case, special case used in creation of EMP landmines, thin landmine case, frag mine case. Seeker lens is specially designed to interface with the targeting system to highlight targets' weak spots. Wow. Goggles frame, knife handle, Jaguar galvanic vest. This advanced carrier vest provides moderate protection against electrical attacks, but it's somewhat heavier than the conventional vests. Component, a barrel, pellet molds, shotgun barrel, used to create a rebel pipe shotgun, sovereign, cave hopper leather boots, frag grenade, HE grenade, adaptive goggles, perception increased by 1, luminized balaclava. This is a 3-hole balaclava made from a luminized cloth that can somewhat reflect the high radiant loads produced by fire. Steel machete, cave hopper leather gloves, separate crossbow, HE mines, frag mines, mechanical repair kit, lockpick, do I have any lockpicks? I don't have any lockpicks, so let me get some lockpicks. To get 3. I'll offer 6 credits only. Well, let me get all 5. Claw, perfect for ninjas and other type of sneaky people. Stealth increased by 8, intimidation increased by 5. High explosive grenade delivers a powerful blast which is useful against heavily armored targets, though it can be effectively used in anti-personnel scenarios. It is less efficient because of the absence of shrapnel. How much for the frag grenades? Yikes. What if I get 2 frag grenades? 76. Okay, that's doable. I don't need the required stats for that. Tnt Hexagen is one of the most powerful high explosives. It used to be widely used in military and industrial applications. It is an explosive nitramine, and its chemical name is, hence it's sometimes called cyclonite. It's also known as RDX. Blade rule, rubber sole, rubber shoe sole. You need 2 of these when crafting any kind of footwear. Headlamp, graphite. I mean, there's just so much you can get into. Caver, poison caltrops. Those could be interesting. A caltrop is an anti-personnel weapon made up of 2 or more sharp nails or spines arranged in such a manner that one of them always points upward from a stable base. Caltrops can be deployed to injure and slow down enemies. These caltrops have also been coated with caver poison. Use. Deploy poison-tipped caltrops to the targeted area. Anyone who steps on a caltrop immediately suffers 3 to 5 mechanical damage and loses 5 movement points. If the target has no movement points, it loses action points instead, and is infected by caver poison that increases all biological damage taken by 50% and reduces perception by 5, lasts up to 5 turns. Not crazy about them. What about traps, though? HE mines, frag mines. High explosive mines. If I get an explosive, 200, and he doesn't accept. 168. We'll get 1 high explosive mine and 2 frag mines. Is there anything we can craft? Chemistry, yeah, needs 50. TNT, trinitrotoluene, famously known and abbreviated as TNT, was one of the most commonly used explosives for military and industrial applications. It is valued because of its insensitivity to shock and friction, which reduces the risk of accidental detonation, as well as for the fact it neither absorbs nor dissolves in water. So that's a component of TNT, but it's not actually like I need a blueprint for something that involves TNT, right? Alright, let's trade. Got our items now. I gotta go. But you'll be back. That was the starting area. Gorski. The tall, imposing figure of this battle-scarred veteran towers before you. You met Gorski before. He is one of the counselors that interviewed you when you first arrived. So, you passed all of Tanner's little tests and exercises. That could not have been easy, but don't think you're some kind of hotshot now. You are yet to deserve the privilege you've been given. Looking forward to the opportunity. We'll see. So why are you here? I'm here for some target practice. Go ahead then. Yeah, but how do these consoles work? Gorski's eyes gradually move across the range, crowned by a constantly intensifying frown. He is alone with you. I guess I will have to do it. Alright, look here. It's simple. You use the console to set the target distance, right? Then you start a session. The session will track your hits and misses automatically, so you can check your progress while you shoot. When you've had enough, end the session. What distance do I set? Well, it depends on the weapon now, doesn't it? If you've got a rifle, you can just set it to max. Otherwise, try 8 yards. Experiment a little. Got it, I'll try it now. Try not to hurt yourself. Welcome to the shooting range. What do you wish to do? Configure target distance. Choose target distance. 8 yards. Start new session. Session started. Oops. Have to put on the 44 hammerer. One. Okay, now attack. I don't really want to waste my rounds. We'll fire 2 at it. Minus 53 mechanical damage. Oh my. Okay. That's good enough. Maybe I can buy a little more hammer ammo. .44 standard round. $13 credits for 70 of them? Oh no, he won't accept that. Let's see if we can get 10. No, he's not having it. Can I offer that? An empty bullet case. Okay, can I get 5 of them maybe? Wow, I'm just gonna save my credits. Alright, so now let's check our notes. Talk to Pascal on the medical level, talk to Harold on the engineering level to find out how to reactivate the power generator in the outpost to the north. Let's head to the medical level. Talk to Pascal. Pascal. Hello Cyrus. First of all, let me congratulate you on your admittance to our little station. I'm sure you'll love it here. It's good that you came. I actually wanted to talk to you about some of the results from all those tests we did earlier. What exactly? You see, test results show that you have certain amounts of psionic potential. How much potential? I'm not exactly sure until I run some more DNA tests, but it's there. Allow me to explain what psionic potential really is. It's a relatively rare, inheritable, complex genetic trait that triggers development of certain otherwise latent components in the brain. It allows a person to perform some subtle psionic invocations, such as influencing the minds of others, as well as some not so subtle ones, such as causing radical temperature changes and telekinetic manipulations. How did this genetic trait come to be? No one is really sure. Research indicates that it's a relatively recent genetic mutation, but it sure could not have been a random one. So many things about it are just too complex and convenient to be anything but artificially designed. There are problems with this hypothesis, though. Former BioCorp's head of genetic research, Dr. Hal Roach, outlined these problems best in his thesis. I won't bore you with details, but the essence of the problem is that with the technology that we currently have at our disposal, creating, testing, and integrating genetic structures of such complexity is simply not possible without a colossal amount of trial and error work. So much trial and error work, Roach argued, that even if you combined all the genetic processors in the world in his time and let them work on the subject for the entire time of their existence, they would still be extremely unlikely to produce these results. Furthermore, Roach points out that the structures of the brain where innervation that allows psionic activity takes place were never studied in such depth. Even though we know plenty about how the brain as a whole works, there is a large gap between the top-down research performed by psychologists and neurologists and bottom-up research done by neuroscientists studying neurons and receptors. Inside this gap lies psionics, but due to the brain's nature and complexity, those who wish to study it need to start from either of these directions and slowly approach the middle. So you see, it's a bit of a mystery. We know much more about how to make it work than how it actually works. Interesting. Indeed, it is. Is there something else you wanted to know? So how do I realize this potential? You must first disable your psionic inhibitor. It's a neural structure in your brain that prevents you from innervating or accessing your psionic projection centers. We assume it was designed to prevent the infants from unwittingly harming themselves or those around them. There are ways to perform this innervation by deep, extended meditation, but this can take years and years. We have more efficient methods nowadays. He reaches into a pocket and opens his hand before you. You see a large red pill. I'll take care of the inhibitor. It'll take care of the inhibitor right away, but there is one side effect I'm obliged to mention. The majority of users experience immediate and significant weakening of their immune system, and when I say majority, I mean everyone. To put it bluntly, it will severely affect your health. Therefore, the choice is yours. Do I need to prepare somehow? No, just go ahead and swallow it. Is the process dangerous, painful? No, not at all. Well, maybe a bit dangerous for some, but it's not painful at all. Much. You might get a bit woozy, but that's it. It will affect my health, but I'll be able to learn psionics. Take the pill and swallow it. You force the oversized pill down, and for a while nothing happens. I don't think it's working. Cyrus, are you alright? Can you hear me? Ah, good, you're awake. How are you feeling? Oh, my head hurts. What happened? Disabling the inhibitor seems to have caused a psionic surge, but you're alright now. While you were out, I took the liberty of performing some more testing to determine the actual levels of your psionic potential, and you have a decent predispositions for developing psionic powers, and if you train your mind further, you can become quite good at it. Also, take these. He hands you a pair of syringes filled with blue liquid. These psi boosters will help increase your psionic recovery rate. Basically, they'll allow you to use more psi abilities within a certain period of time than you normally could. They're fairly cheap, work fast, have no major side effects, and are equally useful to beginners and experienced psionics alike. There isn't a reason not to have a couple when you're going out there. And then he hands you 4 unusual inhalers, and these contain desaturated psionic inhalants. They'll replenish your psionic reserves and also help neurohormonal regulation and alleviate synaptic fatigue, especially after extensive innervation. Just like muscles recover from fatigue with the help of the body's glycogen reserves, so does your mind have its own finite psionic equivalent. Only a pair of boosters? What do you mean by only a pair? That's quite sufficient to get you started. I've got a lot of dangerous work ahead of me, Doc, and considering I've yet to become an experienced psionic, I'd rather not find myself short on brain juice when I need it the most. Just use them widely and you should be alright, or you could simply purchase more. They're cheap, but not cheap enough for me to be giving them away just like that. Or can I get more psi boosters and inhalants? Most doctors' offices should have them in supply, mine included. I can sell you more if you'd like. So how do you keep mentioning the word innervation? What does it mean exactly? The word itself can mean several things. To supply with nerves, to stimulate, or to provide nerves with energy. In the context of psionics, in order for psionic invocation to take place, the brain's neural circuit needs to be suited for that specific invocation, fine-tuned even if maximum efficacy is desired. Innervation is thus the training the nervous system through stimulation of neural pathways and focus. It is a taxing but necessary process for anybody who wishes to learn or relearn psionic abilities. Also, certain individuals naturally exhibit increased neurogenesis, creation of new neurons, giving them greater neural capacity, while those with strong dedication can also work to improve themselves in this regard. One other thing I have to mention is that, just like sprinting and long tunnel running require different training regimes and body types, so does the neural circuit require different neural infrastructures for different psionic disciplines. Optimizing for one set of abilities will de-optimize for the other. So majority of psionics, especially less experienced ones, stay away from multidisciplinarity due to the increased strain it puts on their mind and sometimes sanity. Anyway, I have to get back to work now. Do you have more questions? How do I start learning psionic abilities? You'll have to talk to those already adept at it and see if they'll teach you. We have 2 very good specialists in our station. Quentin is well versed in metathermics, which is the area of psionic development that deals with instigating rapid temperature changes and chemical reactions. He used to be one of BioCorp's researchers working on the new application of psionics. You'll find him on the agronomy level. Bisson is our martial arts expert. He can teach you psychokinetics and how to effectively use it in unarmed combat if that's something you're interested in. He's usually in the gymnasium across the hall, but I think he's helping with clearing up the tunnels right now, so you'll likely find him at the station platform. Thought control discipline is considered by many to be nefarious, and also it's the hardest to really get good at. I'm not sure who here can teach you it. I heard rumors that Ezra, the chief of engineering, is actually a powerful mind controller, but I don't know if that's true. Most people here, including me, know nothing about Ezra, so it might just be that some of them are making this stuff up. And then there is temporal manipulation, which purportedly allows one to control time itself. I've never seen it in action. It's a discipline few practice. However, I've heard that a man that goes by the name of, what was it, Ethan Landford. Yes, Ethan Landford. I've heard that he is a practitioner of the discipline. He's not from around here, but he does visit Southgate Station from time to time. In fact, I just saw him in the bar moments ago. I'm sure Arlene knows more about him. Ask her if you're interested. Anyway, I have to get back to work. Do you have any more questions? Want to purchase some side boosters? Adrenaline shot. Increases action points by 20, dodge and evasion by 30%, strength for 3 turns. That's pretty cool. Antidote. 3 stacks of poison. I inhale it. Blueprints from them. To increase by. Oh, that's nice. But agility increased by 20. Morphine shot. Reduces damage taken from all sources by 15%. For 3 turns. Side booster. Alright, I guess we're pretty much done here. Shh, let him rest. How do I holster my weapon? Bodybuilder. I can shoot the targets. If you want to use the weights, please put them back in the rack when you're done. Dead man. Who's not up here? The lights are flickering again. Not now, they surprise you. Okay, I can't touch anything in here. Alright, what do our notes say? Oh, they don't say anything about going to learn psionics. Lock tacking 90. Let's head back to the common and cantina and talk to Ethan Landford. Good to see you again. I was told you are someone who might know a thing about temporal manipulation. Ah, yes, that is true. I am a temporal manipulator, psionic whose expertise lies in the discipline of temporal manipulation. If you are here to learn new abilities to expand your arsenal of psionic powers, then you're talking to the right guy. What can you tell me about temporal manipulation? Temporal manipulation, it is a psionic discipline that allows one to manipulate time in many different ways. Accelerate it, decelerate it, suspend it, reverse it. But before you get your hopes up too much, the effects are on a local level, meaning that one's reshaping or even disfigurement of the structure of the universe will not have large-scale consequences, but will rather only affect a small part of space-time, just the very part that is being manipulated. I understand if you're finding this difficult to comprehend. It's not an accessible subject, really. Regardless, it is an immensely powerful discipline in the right hands, but it is sadly underused. Why is temporal manipulation so underused? To become a master temporal manipulator, one needs time. Time to manipulate, time to practice, time to experience. The first one, it is the very core of our universe, space-time. We manipulate the temporal. But for space-time to remain in balance, the spatial must react. The second one, as with any skill, one needs to extensively train, develop his abilities in order to become proficient at them. This takes time to practice, but one is also practicing on time itself. But the third point, that is the most important one, the thing that sets temporal manipulation apart from the other side disciplines. Temporal manipulation, on its most basic level, does not possess the destructive power of other disciplines. No pyrokinetic fireballs or accelerated ice shards, no way to drive your enemies derailed, cause them to fight each other or against the horrors plucked out of their very own minds. Manipulating time requires temporal experience. With other disciplines, even if one doesn't understand their meaning, one can achieve much through simply understanding the mechanics. With temporal manipulation, mechanics only have meaning if you understand the passage of time. It is something one might be, in fact, definitely cannot be, able to truly understand without sufficient experience. And that comes when one has just the right amount of time available to him. Most have plenty, too much, and that is why they waste it. Those who don't, they chase it, but they might have plenty available to chase. Now those who have experienced it running out, those realize its true value. I never thought of that in such a way. You're implying that it takes an old person to be a good manipulator, yet you're looking pretty damn young. I do look young, yes, but I have experience. I may be one of the best, which I admit doesn't say much considering there aren't many of us out there, but I still have a life ahead of me to truly acquire the experience I told you about. However, I have been taught by the best. You see, yes, Arthur Kane, my mentor and a true master of temporal manipulation, has helped me understand certain important things much earlier than I normally would, but that is a whole other story. Tell me more about Arthur Kane, your mentor. Perhaps some other time. It is a long story and I don't feel like telling it right now. Not some other time. I'd like to learn some abilities. Certainly, I can teach you temporal distortion, limited temporal increment, and psychotemporal dilation. We're not learning any of that because we didn't take any psi abilities when we started the game. So that's kind of a bummer. I'd like to use some psi. Alright, I don't remember who the other people were that knew psi abilities, but I don't think it's worth much to talk to them because it's going to require a skill in the skills that I don't have. So we're heading to engineering and cyber labs. Let's wait for the security camera to pass and then I'm going to check these shelves. Already a sneaky thiefy. Ajit. Ezra, you have psionic abilities, but you're not going to be able to teach me much. Don't I have to speak to Najid? No, Harold. Najid. What's the sign for the binary exclusive OR again? Where'd Wayne go? Is your keycard working alright? I had to re-encode code, your door's locked. Alright, I guess we can talk to Ezra. As he turns around to face you, you immediately notice there's something off with this man. His face is pale and hairless. He is missing one of his eyes, and instead wires protrude from his eye socket, traveling over the other side of his face and disappearing down the back of his neck. The other eye is almost colorless, with the pupil so contracted that you question whether he can even see at all. He speaks with a calm and even voice. Hello, Cyrus. I am Ezra. I act as the head network administrator and chief of the entire engineering section. Are you blind, Ezra? Ezra raises his hand slowly and extends it towards you. He holds up 2 of his fingers in front of your face for a moment, each pointing at one of your eyes before retracting the hand. What is it exactly that you do here? Me specifically, the cyber department or the engineering sector. Oh, the engineering sector. We construct, deconstruct, research, upgrade. Listing all the specific things we do would take too much of my time. Go around and talk to people working here. They might be willing to let you know the details of their projects. How about the cyber department? We maintain and improve the station's internal network. We write programs for all automated systems in the station. And what do you do specifically? I make sure that all parts of the station's internal network are communicating properly and securely, and that all the scripts are running as they should. I also oversee all operations of the engineering sector. Talk about something else. I hear you're a powerful mind controller. Is this true? Ezra remains silent and just stares at you. This is true. I'd like to learn from you. He just keeps staring at you. Stare back at him. At first nothing happens, and the 2 of you just stand there staring at each other. Your thoughts slowly start to drift away from what you are doing, and you almost don't even notice that you're losing control of your own body. The world around you blurs away until the only thing you can clearly see is Ezra's one eye staring at you. It seems as if he's not looking at your face, but through it, into your mind. Give in and let Ezra take over. You stand there for a few moments, held like a prisoner in your own body, and then the world disappears. You find yourself on a small isle in the middle of a lake with no recollection of how you got there. What? And I'm in combat. Young Ezra Day. My initiative is higher, 63%. Ooh. Not enough action points. Neural overload. Oh, not again. Was I supposed to let that thing kill me? Huh. That's weird. Cyrus, what did you do to me? Only what you wanted. Consider that first lesson free of charge. Want to learn more psi abilities? I can teach you how to short-circuit the brains of others, instill fear in them, or break their minds. Oh, that would be awesome. But it requires way more than I have in skill. Can I get into stealth here? I don't think anyone can see me. What's the quick save button? Quick save F5. Or medium gun shotgun pellet. And a supercharged lithium cell. Battery. Okay, let's get out of stealth mode. Herald and Engineer. It's the end of the line for this little guy. Yup. What'd you throw in the barrel? Electronic scraps. Of really no value to us. Harold. Howdy, you must be the new guy. Name's Harold. I'm in charge of this little workshop here. Nice to meet you, Harold. I'm Cyrus. So, you looking for something specific or just looking around? Tanner tells me you know of a way to restore power to the outposts of the north. He nods. Right, I remember taking a look at the power generator there a while back. I couldn't do anything about it back then because I didn't have this. He rummages through the boxes that are on the table before producing something resembling an energy core. Here, it's a flux controller. If you insert it into the slot at the front of the power generator, it should get it running again. After that, you ought to be able to reactivate all the outposts. I'm afraid you'll have to do that manually, though. You see, each of them has a switch that cuts off the power in case of a hazard. Got it, thanks. I'll give it a try. Do you have any stuff to trade? I've got plenty. Take a look. Blueprints. Bear trap. Caltrops. Steel plates. Hexagen. I think I can make TNT with my chemistry. Gasoline. Lockpick, mechanical repair kit. Omni tool, a set of standard mechanical tools. Opens a ventilation shaft. This will require a certain level of lockpicking skill depending on the targeted ventilation shaft. Let's see what's down here. Electronic scraps. Oops. CQ desk. Goofy. Locked. I don't have a hacking device. Yeah, I don't have a hacking device. I bought grenades instead. There's someone in ergonomy. Or ergonomy. I can teach Psi, but it's not going to matter much. But I just want to talk to everybody. Quentin. I think Vera's problem, probably the greatest flower admirer in the Southgate station. Quentin. Come up to a rangy man with long hair who's cutting open the head of a large monstrous creature, formerly an untamable beast. It is now but a stiff volunteer to post-mortem dissection, to science, and soon enough the man makes the final incision, after which he pushes his hand through to extract a single long, sharp spine. Greenish, sticky fluid dribbles out of the opening and all over the floors as the man wipes the spine clean before laying it aside, and that is the moment when he notices you. Careful, you don't want to get in contact with its toxin. He returns to cutting through the creature as he talks to you. My name is Quentin. Don't bother introducing yourself, I know who you are. You're Cyrus, and you just got admitted to the station. I'd shake your hand, but you can see why that wouldn't be a good idea. What kind of creature is that? It's a burrower. It's one nasty creature that digs around, laying eggs all over the place. They are more numerous deeper underground, but you can still find a few roaming the lower Underrail and the surrounding caves. If you meet one, be careful. It will spit thick, hard spines at you that are coated with poison. What are you doing exactly? I'm collecting its poison glands. We can use those to produce other chemicals or coat crossbow bolts. What's in that room over there? We're growing mushrooms of different kinds there, of course, most notably the mind shrooms. They are one of the most potent and certainly one of the safest psionic catalysts. The largely popular psi boosters are made from mind shrooms, in case you didn't know. Told you can teach psionics. Huh, yes, that is correct. Are you interested in learning, perhaps? Yes, will you teach me? I heard you scored highly on Tanner's test, so yes, I will teach you what I can. You perform a little task for me. Which task is that? You see, I was conducting some experiments on rat hounds a while back. It was quite close to a breakthrough as well, until a little accident happened and Brett forced me to get rid of the creatures. Now I cannot finish the experiments, not here anyway. What kind of experiments were you conducting? I was working on developing a substance that would transform the muscle and other types of tissue into a potent mushroom fertilizer. What happened? Well, I never really had an appropriate place to keep the rat hounds, so I drilled breathing holes into a couple of those large crates and kept them there. Turns out I underestimated them, and after a while they chewed their way out of their predicament. What do you need me to do? I have prepared the final version of the concoction and filled a set of crossbow bolts with it. I need you to go out there into the caves and shoot a rat hound with it, and then once it's dead, collect a tissue sample from around the wound. If you don't have a crossbow, you can borrow mine. It's in that locker over there in the corner. It's not like I get to use it much these days anyway. And if I do this, you'll teach me for free? I'll teach you one psi ability for free. You'll have to pay for the rest. Mercantile. Make that 2 free psi abilities and you got yourself a deal. Not a chance. It's 1 psi ability. Take it or leave it. Take it. Excellent. Here are the bolts. Good hunting. Tissue samples as good as yours. I'll be back soon. Putrefying bolt. And we can take his crossbow. And 20 bolts. And a Zephyr crossbow. Definitely will take it. Locked. Wow. Electronics grab some 5mm cases. We'll take them. Martha, Logan, Lake Poppies. Martha. Admiring the hydroponics? Welcome to hydroponics. So there's a whole world down here. Consistent world. Big bread. Oh, I can't touch anything on those shelves. Fridge. You must be Cyrus. They call me Big Brett, so you've passed all the tests, I see. Couldn't have been easy. Those were just getting harder and harder in recent years. I'm just really glad I made it. In that case, we're glad to have you. So anyway, what can I do for you? What is this place? This is the agronomy sector where we grow and harvest all kinds of plants, but we also breed animals for food. In short, our job is to provide food to the station in any way possible. Have anything to trade? Throwing nets. An attempt to immobilize it for up to 2 turns, depending on the target's strength. Tranquilizing bolt. Shoots this bolt from a crossbow, dealing 25% bolt damage and attempts to incapacitate the target for up to 5 turns. Dog crate. Attempt to capture the target inside the crate. This will only work on certain small, non-hostile creatures. Air trap and a hopper trap. Interesting. Alright, I'm going to save here. I have some real life things to do. I want to come up here first. We are going to probably head out next episode, so stay tuned for that. Much love, peace, joy, and light. I appreciate your viewership, and stay tuned for more as we start to get into the action a little bit. Probably be next episode. So until then, so long everyone.